Hello and good morning to all. My name is Vishal Manocha, owner and director at Net Worth Immigration Solutions. Welcome back to our live session. It's 11 a.m. right now. Sorry for being late. I was think there was some technical issues, so I got disconnected. But we are live back again, and it is our live session show as usual every Friday, 11 a.m. I am the owner and director at Net Worth Immigration Solutions, and our offices are based in Canada and in India both. In Canada, we are based in Brampton, Ontario, and we do have an office in Alberta, Calgary. And we have two locations in India, in Karnal and Kurukshetra. So as a welcome to our live session, we will be discussing a lot about the last 1 week update from the immigration industry in Canada. A lot of PNP draws were held, a lot of exciting news for international students who are in India. I will be sharing the good news very soon in the session, and definitely we will be discussing about the Express Entry, two draws which were held this week. One was held yesterday, which was a CEC draw. The other one was held on Wednesday, which was a PNP draw. So we will be discussing about that too. Meanwhile, definitely this session is not just about update. This is also about you to ask your questions. If you have any concern about any of your case, if you want to ask any question, just post your question into the comment section, and we will be happy to assist you in answering them right now, right away. This session is for 30 to 45 minutes, and definitely we'll try to answer all the questions which are posted here, and definitely we'll give you all the update we had from last 1 week. This was a week where two PNP draws were held, so we will be discussing about that. And a lot of international students in India have started getting their decisions being made on their study permit application. The good news is the success rate is improving and applications are being getting approved. So we will be discussing a lot more about it in detail. Then we have a few PNP draws which were held in the last 1 week. We will be discussing about that too. So let us start off with the first update of Express Entry draw, which was held yesterday. There was a surprise increase into the draw score. Suddenly from 357, it was raised to 404 yesterday, which is a more than approximately a 50 points increase from the previous draw. This was not expected, but I think most of the people into the pool have already got their ITAs. So that could be one of the reasons the draw went higher. Although the number of ITA issued in this draw was very low, the score was high, and the ITA issued were only 3,000 as compared to 6,000 which were issued 2 weeks ago. So there's a huge drop in the number of ITA being issued, and yes, there have been an increase of approximately 50 points from the previous draw. The draw which was held yesterday was 404. The another thing to note again is this was again an Canadian experience class draw. So still no CRS draw for federal skilled worker class has been held. I know it is still disappointing for people who are outside Canada, and it is a great time for people who are in Canada. And most of the people who are getting ITs right now are people who are already in Canada and have got 1 year experience in Canada. Either they came here as a student, they came here as an international worker, on a work permit with LMI base or no LMI exempted base. They came here, but now they have completed their 1 year experience. They all were qualified under this draw, and they have been accepted in this draw, which is a Canadian experience class draw. Another good thing about this Canadian experience class draw is the IELTS requirement is not CLB 7. It is lower than that if you work under NOC B, but yes, if your job is under NOC O or O or A, then yes, your CLB level should be 7 in all of the 4 modules, which is 6 span in each. So another benefit about Canadian experience class is that the IELTS requirement for NOC NOC B is low as compared to the federal skilled worker draw. Another benefit we have with the Canadian experience class is that you don't need a 1 year of continuous experience in this field. All you need is a 1 year experience in the last 2 years where you've completed. Even if you have taken a break in your experience, that is still counted towards your Express Entry points, and you get a 1 year complete experience, and you get invitation through Canadian experience class draw. So yes, the draw was held yesterday. I'll just repeat it. The ITA was 404 who have missed it, and the number of ITA which were issued in this draw was dropped down to 3,000 only, which is almost half as compared to the previous draw where there were 6,000 ITA issued. There was another draw held this week, which happened on Wednesday. These are the only two draws which are happening right now through, with Express Entry. One is the Canada Express class. Second is the Provincial Nominee Program. Yes, Provincial Nominee Program people who have already got their PNP approved, who have applied through Express Entry, like who were invited through Express Entry to file a PNP. Once the PNP got approved, they've got an extra 600 points, and once they get an extra 600 points, that has been added into the profile. And every fortnight, every 2 weeks from now, like we have seen from last few months, that the PNP draw is having been held every 2 weeks. This time, the number of ITA issues was 512, and the score was 760. So that means if somebody who had a 160 point into the pool and got an extra 600 points, which made a total of 1060, all those people with that point and above qualified for this round, and they have been sent an invitation to apply under both of these draws. So yes, that is exciting to hear that there were two draws like we have usually CEC and PNP. Unfortunately, there is no federal skilled worker draw again. We are getting a lot of inquiries, a lot of questions where people are asking us, when are we expecting our next federal skilled worker draw? I'm expecting sometime in the end of the year, there should be happening some federal skilled worker draw. Let's keep our finger crossed. There are a lot of people who are waiting, we know, who understand that they've got this desired score, who are into the pool for longer, and maybe their profile might have expired. They may have to create their profile again. But yes, the good thing is the other draws are happening, but unfortunately, federal skilled worker, we may have to wait for another few months before they have been started. But we have to be patient. We don't have any other option than basically wait and see when is the next federal skilled worker draw happening. So that being said, now let us discuss about, these are the two draw we had for Express Entry. Let us discuss about the international students approval. They have been seen a huge jump into the approval rate from people who have applied from India. The visas have been started approved. The students are getting passport requests, although getting a passport stamp and getting it back is taking longer than the usual time because of too many passport requests being sent at one time. There's backlog of the passport to be stamped, processed, and sent back. So you have to be patient. It may take 2 to 4 weeks before you get your passport stamped and get it back. So this is something very, very exciting for you to be excited about, to be honest, because we have been waiting for these approval for very, very long. They were from last 2-3 months. They were not getting too many. The clients were not getting any decision being made onto their application. But last from 2-3 weeks, there have been rain of international students, and they have been getting their international student visa approved. Their passport request been sent to them, which is a very, very exciting news because there have been no international student coming or approval coming for last few months. Unfortunately, the international direct flights from India are still banned, and they are banned till 21st of August, and we have to wait and see if they are going to extend that ban or that will be removed on 21st of August. If they still extend the ban, then the only option left to the student to travel to Canada is through the different country, which is a hassle-free journey for you. You may have to travel through 1 or 2 countries before you come to Canada, and there are a lot of other formalities to be completed. So if you are planning to book your ticket, or if you have already booked your ticket to travel to Canada through any other country, then make sure you are aware of exact policy of that country from where you're coming from. You need to understand what if you need to quarantine there, or if you need definitely you need another COVID test being conducted in that country, and you need to have a negative report before you enter Canada. So yeah, these are some tight rules which I think is just to protect the Canadians and their permanent residents here and all people who are in fact in Canada. To protect them, I think the international travel is still going to be some bit complicated for some time. It seems like we can already see the COVID cases are again rising in most of the countries. So it may take a bit of more time before the international travel is been relaxed. Till then, there will be a lot of hassles, and unfortunately, we have to live with it. And we have to, if you want to travel to Canada, you have to take those routes if you want to come to Canada. But international students should make sure here that if you're not able to book your tickets and you're not getting your ticket for September, don't worry about it. The September fall intake has already been announced by IRCC. You can still take your classes online. While in India, if you've got your approval, you can take your classes online for fall intake till December, and you will still be eligible for post-graduation work permit once you enter Canada. So don't worry about it if you're not able to travel on time. Your online classes are also available once you are even in Canada, so don't worry too much about it, and make sure that you are aware of all the rules, all the policies before you plan your ticket. So these were the two big updates for this week. We will be discussing a lot of them in the session, but let me start taking up the questions which have already been posted. Let me start answering them for you, and then we will continue with the updates we have in the last 1 week. The first question is from, it's hi, how much we need to show funds if I'm applying Canadian Experience class? Only me, please advise, thank you. Kenny, just to let you know, if you are applying under Canadian Experience class, you are not supposed to show any fund. If you are already working, you can show that as a proof that you're already working. But as per the requirement says, you don't have to show the settlement funds in two circumstances. One of them is if you are you've got your ITA under Canadian Experience class, and second scenario is if you have got or. It's an or here, not an and. So if you've got your experience in Canadian Experience class, you don't need to show settlement fund. The other option for you is, or if you already have a job offer and you're on a work permit here and you qualify, job offer means you're on an LMI, you're already working and you have applied through that category, or you have been invited through that category, then you're not supposed to show the settlement fund. But whatever you can show is good. Say, example, if you have got 2,000, 4,000, whatever in your account, you can still show that. Should not be a problem at all. But as I said, as per the requirement, under the Canadian Experience class, you're not required to show funds if you have been invited through Express Entry. Ravinder, can a Vista Visa change into student visa? Yes, definitely it can be changed. Not an easy process to do, but we have done a lot of cases like this. A recent case we done was for Kamaldeep Kaur, who came here on a study permit, on a Vista Visa. She got stuck in Canada, and then because of COVID, then she wanted to make her dream of coming to Canada was not just as a visitor, but then she realized, as she's stuck now, why don't you study? Why don't she study here? So we help her out getting her study permit letter, and then her visa was actually approved, and now she is studying in Canada. So yes, to answer the question, Ravinder, yes, a Vista Visa can be changed to a study permit, but it's not a very easy process to do, but visa success rate is very high. So if you're somebody who are in Canada stuck because of COVID, contact us. We can help you get a study permit, and it's a wise idea. Why not to study if you're stuck in a country like Canada rather than just staying here on a visa? There's a lot of benefits. You can start working part-time once on a study visa, and definitely you can take an education or a degree and diploma back home once you travel back to your home country. So yes, a Vista Visa we can change it into a study visa. Will the point go down again in CEC? Okay, these are very tricky questions to be answered, but yes, if there are no federal skill worker draws still happening, then the chances are that yes, the CRS score will drop down again, and you could see maybe the next draw itself, because this draw, if you can see the draw which held yesterday, the score was raised to 404, but the IT dropped to 3,000, which is very low as compared to previous one, almost half, when it was 6,000 last time. So I'm pretty sure the CEC is going to drop down again. It's not like it's going to be more than 400 forever, but it will also depend if the IRCC is conducting federal skill worker draws or not. If they start conducting those draw parallel to this one, maybe we can see a rise in CEC too. But I'm pretty sure in the last 1 year, the way the IRCC has conducted a draw for CEC, those people will still benefit, and there will be separate draws being held for them, and definitely they get an extra advantage if they're already in Canada, or if they have studied and now looking for a PR. JC has a question for us. My ECA is done. Yes, after your ECA, I don't know if you can ask your question further, then I'll be able to answer it for you. Do we need PCC and medical for AINP? And for how long is PCC valid? PCC usually depends from country to country. If you talk about India, a PCC is valid till, for example, let's take an example of India right here. we need once you get a PCC done, and if you have not traveled back to India since you got your last PCC done, and if you have not stayed then for more than 183 days, then your PCC is still valid. PCC for India, for example, expired. If you have got your PCC, then you went back to India and you stayed there for more than 183 days, then you have to get that thing done again. Regarding for and medical for AN, okay, ANP will not ask you for medical. Basically, those are the requirement of IRCC. They're going to ask you for the PCC and medical. These are not required when you're filing your ANP application. Once your ANP application is approved and when you're filing your PR application, then these documents will be required. I hope your question is answered here, JC. Then we have a question from Vishal. Okay, Vishal is asking a question from Vishal. If I apply a spouse visa with my wife's student visa, she has work experience of 5 years in computer techno industry, will we get it together? I'm also working here in India and my wife is currently working. She will apply for master. Vishal, it's a very good question. A lot of people ask us this question. Unfortunately, I don't have a favorable answer for you, or maybe what you want to listen here. Basically, the visa, you can, to answer the first part of it, yes, you can apply together. Second thing is, unfortunately, there is very, very rare chance I have seen in my whole of career that both of them have got visas together. Usually, in fact, say husband, maybe the principal applicant, if the profile is good, in like in your case, your wife profile is she's the principal applicant, might be she get approval and you get rejected. Even both can get rejected together. My advice for you will be, from my previous experience, that apply for your wife visas first. Once she successfully gets a visa, the moment she lands in Canada, and even if she has not landed, basically you can still apply for a study visa, but you need to, for your open work permit. So my recommendation will be to get your principal applicant should get the visa first before a spousal application is being made. That is always recommended. But to answer the question, yes, it is possible to apply both the application at the same time. Then we have Gaurav Sharma asking, sir, can I apply spouse visa, visit visa with my study visa? It should be better option, any other option. Okay. If your wife is coming here to study and you want to apply for a Vista visa, usually it's not recommended again. It's not a good idea. Those sort of visas, out of 10, I have seen hardly one visa coming. Is always prefer if you apply for a spousal open work permit, because IRCC 100% is, even if you are not, if you're saying them they're just going to visit, they are pretty sure that once you come to Canada, you're not going to go back. And you will be applying for a work permit once you are in Canada. So it is better that you apply for a work permit, for a work permit. Once your spouse study permit is approved, and chances of that getting approved is much, much higher as compared to visitor visa. So that will be again my recommendation here. And from my previous experience, that's what we have seen. Out of 10, only one of the person get visitor. So I hardly recommend anybody to apply for a visitor visa along with their spousal study permit. Not recommended. Harkamaljeet Singh, hello sir. I have heard that if someone creates his profile before completing 1 year experience time, a visa officer can refuse the PR. No, that is not the right answer, to be honest, because if the system was giving you the points, right? How the system calculates the point is, the moment you, say example, you started your job in January, and the moment you finish, you created your job in December, and if you have completed your 1560 hours, the experience will be counted. And I haven't seen any visa being refused on that ground that you created your profile in 11 months and you're not meeting the point. As far as you have completed your 1 year experience, as far as you have completed your hours, I think it should. We have done a lot of cases with 11 months who have created their profile. They have been getting 1 year complete experience, but you have to make sure that you have completed your 1560 hours. As far as that has been done, there should not be any problem creating a profile at that time. Visitor visa for Canada, what is the process? Can you guide? Until to apply for a visitor visa to Canada, it is right now under a non-essential travel list. Although Canada is opening up, they've already opened, basically they're opening up the US border on 9th of August, which is a Monday. And as per the information now, they are also opening the international border for essential and non-essential trip starting from 7th of September in 2021 for Vista Visa too. But not a very good time to apply for a Vista Visa. Regarding the process, definitely contact our office and we will be happy to assist you in that too. If you would need to apply for a Vista Visa through us, definitely we can assist you in that. But yes, Vista Visa is something we can help you on, basically Vista Visa is something we can help you with, but there are a lot of other requirements. It depends on what background you come from. Socially, financially, it has to be evaluated. So there are a lot of criteria before they grant you a tourist visa. But as I said, if you're just coming for a leisure, may not be a good time right now. Just wait for some time. Let this all waves of COVID and waves other things get settled down, and then you should apply for a visitor visa if it's a non-essential trip. Okay. Then we have got, can you predict when will IRCC complete processing of IG stream? For me to predict anything is very hard here because IRCC, most of the application being processed right now. Surprisingly, few of them have been processed very, very quickly, and there are a lot of applications which are taking more than the processing time. Almost, I know a lot of applications which are taking even 2 times more the time as been mentioned on the IRCC website, and it's properly mentioned on IRCC website too right now that the answers, the time frame mentioned on the website is not accurate, not exact. That's not been updated because of COVID, and the application are taking longer than usual to be processed. Sorry. Then we have Kiani again. If the IRCC asks for funds proof, if I got TEC, ITF, what should I do? I am currently working in Canada, no, NOC, a job, please advise. If the IRC asks for a fund, then you have to show the fund. If they have come back to you asking for a fund, then there's no option, you have to. But usually, under the Canadian Express class, as I said, it's not required to show it, but if they ask you, then you have to prove that you have sufficient fund. Even working in Canada in itself a proof that you have got a job, so you don't need a settlement right now because you have got your expenses have been covered with the job you're already doing. But if you have already been asked for a proof of fund, I'll advise you if you need a further assistance in that, contact us and we can help you in that. But I'm pretty sure I've hardly seen any case where IRCC has asked for a proof of fund under CEC if you have not shown it. So because as per the requirement, actually it's not required. Thank you, Akimat, for asking a question. Arun Kumar, thank you, Arun, for appreciating our services. Definitely, we try to provide the best service possible to our client and make sure that they all meet their requirements and they get their desired result if they have trusted us and they have selected us to be their consultant. And definitely, we do try to provide the best service possible to our client. So I will be main applicant as they are wife and 1-year child dependent on me, so can I prove my dependency so that I can get them with me? Gaurav, I don't think, again, as I said you earlier, not a good idea. Even if you're able to show strong financial, strong document, then you're applying for a study permit and you're making all of your family come with you. That is not showing your clear intention of studying here, right? That shows more of your intention of getting settled down in Canada with your whole family. So that is what makes the difference when the visa officer is going to look at your file and he's going to see, okay, everybody in the family is applying. At the same time, maybe you only want to get into Canada because you want to be there and this is one of the route you're taking to get into Canada. So that doesn't give a very positive impact on the visa officer who is looking at your file. So again, my recommendation will be not recommended that everybody of you should apply together. Because I haven't seen, to be honest, in my career, both of them getting visa at the same time. But once you're here, I know it's a separation. You have to be separated with your family for some time. But that is, as I said, is not recommended that you apply all of your family to visa together along with your study permit. Gaurav, I think I hope I've answered your question. I can see another question. Let me take up that too before I'll take up the other ones. So I'll be the main principal applicant. Okay, I've already answered that one for you, Gaurav. So let me jump on to the other one, Ravinder Kaur. I have 6 pen overall. I am 1 module 5. I have done 12 from open school. I have 2 refusals. I have Vista Visa. If I came with Vista Visa, is there any process to get study visa from inside Canada? How many chances? Ravinder, again, as I said and as I told you, yes, it is possible. We have done. So if you already have a Vista Visa and if you are in Canada, contact us. As I said, we have done a lot of cases like that who have initially visited Canada as a visitor, and then they change up their mind and they want to do studies here, and we have done those visas and those have been approved. Most of them, I'll say, have been approved. More than 90% of the application we have done under this category have been approved. I will not say that there are no chances of refusal, but all I can say is yes, we have done these sort of cases, and our visa success rate is almost more than 90% under this category of application. Then we have a question from Mr. Sumit. My son is working in Canada and I want to visit at his place. So can we visit during that time? Yes, Mr. Sunil, definitely you can. You can definitely visit here once your kids are in Canada, if they are studying or they are working. Definitely, as far as they are maintaining the status in Canada, then definitely the parents can come and visit them anytime. Again, Mr. Sunil, if you need any help from us, contact our office in India or Canada, and we will be happy to assist you. Thank you, Gaurav, for asking your questions. Thank you, Anil, for asking us your question. I'm coming in September, reply to Gaurav. Yes, Ravinder, if you're coming to Canada in September, once you're in Canada, as I said, contact us and we will be happy to assist you in the whole process. And as I said, we have been doing it. We have done it for a lot of our clients. I have been successful in most of the cases. So these are the questions right now. I can see, I think I've answered most of them. Let me continue back with the updates, and then we will have more questions coming up. Meanwhile, we will answer them, and then we will wrap up the session. But right now, let us discuss about more updates we had in the last 1 week. There's one of the very good update from IRCC. Like, I don't know how many of you are aware of ATIP notes or the CAPES note, the other common name we know. Till now, only the people who are permanent resident or citizen were able to access that information, even if it is for third party. But right now, as per the information released by IRCC, now anybody has a right to get their CAPES and ATIP note, even if they are not PR or Canadian citizen. They are now allowed to apply for ATIP note, and once they are applied, then definitely the chances are that you will be getting it. So yes, that's it. Basically, so you can apply for ATIP notes, and once you got your ATIP note, usually these have been applied once the visas are been refused or the file under process and decision have not been made. That ATIP notes basically tell you more information about your file and exactly what is happening with your profile. So initially, only PR and citizens were able to apply, but as per the new update, anybody with can apply for the ATIP and CAPES note. That information has been updated by IRCC, which is a great thing. Now everybody has an access to that information if they want to apply for that. Then we have, let's discuss about, there were 3 PNP draws which were held this week. Basically, when we talk about PNP draws, there are a lot of ways the PNP draws have been held. Most of the PNP draws right now are linked to Express Entry too. So if you're not getting your score under CEC, like there's no federal skilled worker draw from last 7 to 8 months. So, but if you do, you may still be getting an ITA through a province. Like I discussed in the beginning of the session, you right now every fortnight, every after 15 days or 2 weeks, CEC conducting 2 draw. One is for Canada Express class, the other one is for PNP. Now, when these all PNP draws are linked to Express Entry, and all the provinces have their own PNP Express Entry system, and they take out their draw. So this is the background of what we're going to discuss, or what will be the update I'll be discussing now. Now, keeping that in mind, there were 3 provinces which where the draws were held: Alberta, Saskatchewan, and British Columbia. Starting with Alberta, the number of ITAs were only 148, which were issued. It was done on 3rd of August, and the CRS score was again 300. So usually a standard from Alberta, if the score is 300 and the number of people are usually between 100 to 200 to 300 maximum, this is the maximum number being invited in one of the in any of the PNP draw. Now, this PNP draw is linked to Express Entry. So to be qualified under this draw, you need to have a valid Express Entry profile into the pool, because if you don't have a profile, obviously you don't stand a chance of getting a visa, applying for this category if you are not into the pool, because as I said, all these draws are linked to Express Entry. Second, we have a draw from British Columbia. Again, the draw they had was linked with Express Entry. There were 374 ITA being issued this time under 2 categories. One is skilled migration class, and the Express Entry British Columbia class, PNP category. In the T2 category, 374 ITAs were issued. The range of this people who were invited was 74 to 91. Now, these are the people who have shown their expression of interest at British Columbia to get to apply for a British Columbia PNP. Those people are invited, and in their own point system, they were scoring between 74 to 91. These people were invited under this draw. Then we had a third draw. I'm going to Express Entry draw. From Saskatchewan. That they issued the highest number out of these three provinces. 452 ITs were issued under this draw, under 65 different occupations, out of which 171 was for express entry class and 281 ITs were issued to occupation in demand class. So these were the people who got their ITA done from these three provinces. Now you have to be proactive. If you want to immigrate to Canada, there are more than 100 ways through which you can immigrate to Canada. You can get your permanent residency approved in Canada. You need to be aware of all those options. You should have knowledge about how those things work. If you need any assistance, definitely, as I said, you can contact our offices in Canada, either in Alberta or in Brampton. Anywhere you can contact. We have 2 locations in Canada. If you have these 2 locations, anywhere, if you want to contact us, you can contact us, and we can help you in your PNP or your express entry, or even in your international student. If you want to come to study in Canada, definitely we can help you with that. Our company represents more than 100 universities and colleges across Canada. Today, in fact, it was a very good day. We got a lot of visas approved today from India. It was a good day for our office in India too. You can contact us for any offer college. For example, if you're in Canada and looking for a college admission, we can assist you in that too. And if you are in India and looking for admission and international and study permit, definitely, again, we can help you in that too. So let me take a couple of more questions before we wrap up the session. My daughter is already is studying in Vancouver. So behalf of her, can I get work visa too? No, Narendra, there's no way you can get a work visa for yourself on her behalf. There's no as such policy. For you to get qualified for a work permit or a work permit to be approved, you need a valid job offer, a genuine job offer from an employer, and then they need to apply an LMI application for you. If that LMI application get approved, LMI is Labor Market Impact Assessment. Basically, if that gets approved, then that makes you eligible to apply for a study permit. For a work permit. Other than that, you will not be able to qualify for a work permit on her behalf. Then we have a question from Kintu Patel. If anyone sponsor for SINP program for 21 and I enter the pool and get invited but still not updated, so he will sponsor any other person? Like Kintu, I am not able to properly understand it. If anyone sponsor of SINP program on 20th March and I enter the pool and I get invited but still not updated, so he will sponsor any other person? Maybe I'm not able to understand your question here properly. I don't know exactly what information you need. I'll advise you to drop us an email, or if you can share your email or contact number, somebody from my office can get in touch with you, understand what scenario exactly you're in, and then we may be able to help you out in that too. We have another question from Vishal. And another question is, if any province offer invitation to PNP applier, is it first come, first serve, or they see highest point? Example, if I applied in 2021 with 430 points and someone applied in 2022 with 430 points in same NOC, who is going to get Alberta PNP invitation? Okay, now this is a very wide question, Vishal. All the provinces have got different options. Usually the highest people, it's not come, first serve. It's basically on who is scoring the highest point. For example, they want to invite people with say example, Alberta wants to conduct a draw there, or they're usually conducting a draw anyhow for certain category of NOC NOC, like food service supervisor, for example. So they want to pick people with the highest point, not who got into the pool first. So it will depend on who is scoring highest into the. It's basically same as the express entry system, right? The higher point you have, the more is your benefit. Like both better chances you have. The lower you score under any of your PNP or express entry or any other class, definitely you have less chance. And it will also depend on the draw which was held under that category through which province, and either is express entry linked or non-express entry linked, whatever category it is. So mostly in Canada, streams are not first come, first serve. I can hardly think of any option which is first come first. Usually it's the point system either it's the express entry system, non-express entry link system, whatever system it is. Usually it is ranked, depend on the highest score, or the people who are scoring will be invited under that particular draw. I hope I've answered your question, Vishal. So let's wrap up this session. As I said, beginning of the session, we had 2 draws this week. Express entry, the CRS score went high to 404, and number of ITIP dropped to 3,000, which was surprising to see. And then we had PNP Draw for people who have got the PNP approved. They were invited through Express Entry. Then we discussed about all the province which has got held their draw, in the last 1 week. And the good news and the great news in the session was for the international students who are in India. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have seen a lot of approvals coming in, and which is a great news. Definitely, we are expecting the border to open soon, and for you to travel to Canada soon. But if you are not able to travel for September, you can still take up your education back home online, and then you can start up your education in winter 2022. So all the best for all the people who are still waiting for their results, but definitely would like to welcome all the international students who have got their passport request. Congratulations to all of them. We will see you soon in Canada. You can contact our office in India if you want to come here and study. Contact our office in India in Karnal and Kurukshetra. We do have an IELTS center too. You can take your IELTS classes, and you can get your application processed with an IRCC consultant. My name is Vishal Manocha, and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. So basically, yes, you can trust our company, and we have got a very good high success rate, and we assure you to provide the best service possible, as much as possible from our side. So thank you all for joining this session. We will have another live session, as we have on every Friday, 11 a.m. next Friday, Eastern Standard Time, and 8:30 to all of viewers in India. So thank you all for joining this show live with us. We will see you all next week, same time. Stay connected. If you want any update, like our Facebook page, just like it, and you will definitely get all the updates from the immigration industry every time. The moment they have been updated, they are being posted on our Facebook and Instagram page instantly. So kindly like our page and follow us on Instagram, and you will get the regular update from Canada or any topic related to immigration. So thank you all once again. Goodbye from me. It's Vishal Manocha, Director at Net Worth Immigration Solutions in Brampton. Our office base is very close to Brampton Gateway Terminal, and we have another location in Alberta, Calgary. Thank you all for joining. See you all next week, same time. Till then, have a great weekend. Stay safe, and see you all on next Friday.